Hello and welcome. Today, we're discussing a story that is not only tragic but also deeply disturbing, shedding light on some of the darkest corners of human behavior. It's the story of Brianna Ghey, a bright, vibrant teenager whose life was cut short in the most horrific way. This case sent shockwaves across the world, not just because of its brutality, but because of the chilling details that emerged about her killers. We're going to delve into the full story to understand not just what happened, but why, and what it tells us about the society we live in. So, who was Brianna Ghey? To her friends and family, she was a shining light. At just 16 years old, Brianna was known for her kindness, her confidence, and her incredible sense of style. She was a popular figure on TikTok, where she shared makeup tutorials and lip-sync videos with her thousands of followers. Brianna, who was transgender, was navigating her teenage years with a bravery and authenticity that inspired many. She was a daughter, a sister, a granddaughter, and a friend, with a future full of promise and dreams. She loved making people laugh and had a personality that could light up any room. It's this beautiful, bright image of Brianna that makes the events that followed all the more heartbreaking. February 11, 2023, started like any other Saturday. Brianna told her mother she was meeting friends and headed out. She took a bus to Colchith, a village near Warrington, England, to meet up with two people she considered friends, a boy and a girl, both 15 at the time. The three of them walked to a local park, Linear Park, a place usually filled with families and dog walkers. But on this cold winter afternoon, deep within the park's woodland, something went terribly wrong. Brianna was found by passers-by on a path, having been subjected to a frenzied and brutal attack. Emergency services were called immediately, but tragically her injuries were too severe. She was pronounced dead at the scene. The news of a young girl's murder in a quiet community park in broad daylight was shocking enough. But the identity of her killers would prove to be even more disturbing. The perpetrators were not shadowy figures or strangers. They were two of Brianna's own peers, known in court as Girl X and Boy Y at just 15 years old. They had meticulously planned Brianna's murder. The police investigation quickly uncovered a trove of chilling evidence, including a handwritten plan titled Plan for Brianna Ghey's Murder and thousands of text messages exchanged between the two. These messages revealed a deep-seated fascination with violence, torture, and death. They had compiled a kill list of at least 5 potential victims, with Brianna being one of them. Their conversations were cold and methodical, discussing methods, alibis, and even a code word for when to strike. The motive was a horrifying mix of a thirst for the thrill of killing and, as the judge would later rule, a hostility towards Brianna's transgender identity, which constituted a sadistic and transphobic element to the crime. The investigation was swift. Detectives pieced together CCTV footage, forensic evidence, and the damning digital trail left by the killers. The text messages were a key piece of the puzzle, revealing their dark fantasies and detailed planning. They had discussed killing Brianna for weeks, luring her to the park with the promise of hanging out. The murder weapon, a hunting knife, was found in one of the killer's bedrooms, along with clothes stained with Brianna's blood. During the trial at Manchester Crown Court, the jury was presented with this overwhelming evidence. The killers turned on each other, each blaming the other for inflicting the fatal wounds. However, the prosecution successfully argued that this was a joint enterprise, a plan they had hatched and executed together. After a 4-week trial, the jury found them both guilty of murder. The judge lifted their anonymity upon sentencing due to the gravity of their crime, naming them Scarlett Jenkinson and Eddie Ratcliffe. The aftermath of Brianna's murder was profound. Vigils were held across the UK and around the world, as thousands gathered to mourn her and stand in solidarity with the transgender community. Her death ignited a nationwide conversation about transphobia, safety, and the disturbing reality of youth violence. Brianna's mother, Esther Ghey, has shown unimaginable strength in the face of her grief. She has launched a campaign called Peace in Mind, advocating for mental health support in schools, and calling for stricter controls on smartphone access for children, hoping to prevent other families from experiencing such a devastating loss. She has chosen to focus on empathy and compassion, remembering Brianna for the love she brought into the world, rather than the hate that took her from it. Brianna's legacy is now one of love, a call for kindness, and a powerful reminder of the need to protect vulnerable young people. The story of Brianna Ghey is a difficult one to process. It forces us to confront the reality that such darkness can exist in the hearts of children, and to question what societal factors might contribute to such a tragedy. It highlights the real-world dangers of online radicalization and unchecked violent ideation. But through the immense pain, Brianna's story has also become a powerful catalyst for change. Her mother's campaign for mindfulness and better mental health support offers a path forward, a way to build a more compassionate world in Brianna's memory. It reminds us that while we cannot change the past, we have a collective responsibility to learn from it, to foster kindness, and to ensure that every young person, regardless of their identity, can live without fear. Brianna's light was extinguished far too soon, but her legacy of love, bravery, and the fight for a better world continues to shine brightly. Thank you for watching and for taking the time to learn about Brianna's story. It's crucial that we remember her and continue the conversations her life and tragic death have started. If you found this video informative, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel for more content. Take care.